Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Assembled at this mass meeting in Penal tonight. Give yourselves a round of applause. Before I give salutations, I want to say that at 10 to 7 tonight, we had not one empty seat in this hall. And as I look at the mass of you here, I believe there are more people outside standing at this venue than inside sitting in this auditorium. Give yourselves a round of applause. The PNM must be trembling and others must be stifling. Brothers and sisters, tonight I acknowledge the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa, Member of Parliament for the constituency of Siparia, former Prime Minister, Opposition Leader, and the next Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Gregory Bisesa, parliamentary colleagues, members of the executive assembled here, former Member of Parliament, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, former Member of Parliament, Ms. Neela Khan, former PNM Councillor in Faizabad, Mr. Maurice Alexander is here. Let's welcome. We welcome all. It is a united national Congress. We want to welcome Comrade Jackman and his team from the Oilfield Workers Trade Union. They join us. Our friends in the other trade unions are with us, supporting us. Our party today is stronger than ever, more united than ever, and more certain for victory than ever. Brothers and sisters, tonight I have very serious issues to raise with you. This is not a night for Mickey Mouse business. It's not a night for Goofy and Looney Tunes and so on. This is a night for very serious matters, as Comrade Tanku told us earlier. We face the most difficult times in our country's history. Tonight, brothers and sisters, reflect a minute where this country is today. How many people can honestly say that they are better off today than they were when Kamla Prasad Bisesa was Prime Minister? None. None. Today, we suffer. This government has been digging out the eyes of the poor man. They have been suffering people. They have trampled on your rights. They have collapsed the economy. We'll come to security in a minute. But basic amenities you don't have. Every single day is murder and murder. Do you know this country has not had a murderless day in years? A murderless day. When we were in government, we had 34 days without a murder in Trinidad and Tobago under the partnership. Brothers and sisters, the chairman told you we built a fire station here. They put a fire tender, the bumper fall out. That is what they did. Look at this school when I was coming through in the daylight. Stuart Young came here and I think he tumbled down as well. Yes. And when I was coming here in daylight, I saw this site, this unbelievable site. What was supposed to be an educational center of the Caribbean. Schools like university campuses. Look at it. It is now covered by Karai vine. It is now overrun with bush. The guard fell asleep when he looked up in the sky. He see the moon and the star. He said, but that is amazing. The thief they galvanized too. The thief they galvanized. That was supposed to be the centerpiece of an educational center, not only for Penal Debe, for the entire country. The entire country. They have vandalized it, and it's the PNM caused that. The Couva Hospital, Dr. Lakram Bodo told us just a few minutes ago about that. The Children's Hospital, built for the children, designed for children. There's a difference between a design for an adult hospital and for children. We know it, we did it. Mrs. Prasad Bisesa opened the children's hospital. When we left office, they went and they looted. They took away all the equipment. They took away everything. If I said the Alsing gone there, there was a state-of-the-art MRI scan machine, the latest technology. When he see that, he thought it was a washing machine and dryer. He carried home. They take that to the thought it was a washing machine and dryer. Brothers and sisters, the PNM loot everything. They closed down everything. And today, the Minister of National Security was seen on a plane. I think he left this morning from Miami. Somebody else was on the plane. They say, no, before the plane take off, he sleep away. Normally, is when the plane take off, you just take something to eat and you sleep. That fella sleep away before they take off. He has gone. He has no responsibility for the crime. Did you know a day or two ago, we had 5 murders in one day. 5 murders. And while that was happening, Rowley was gallivanting and loitering all over the world. I think he spent time on 2 continents. He was invited to nothing. Nothing. He went to Ghana, he went to India. We will not get a pong of yam and we will not get a bottle of ghee. I'm telling you. Not 1 pong of yam and not 1 bottle of ghee you will get from that trip. Nothing. While in India, not 1 representative of the Indian government met him. The fellow was loitering. He went and meet some regional head somewhere. Man, if he wanted to meet the head of a region, he could have come and meet the mayor from Siparia. He's the head of a region too. Huh? You didn't have to go there. He spent $400,000, and we'll get the details. He spent $400,000 to watch a cricket match and go to a temple. In this country, we have temple and we have cricket. He spent $400,000, wasting time. I think he met a businessman's son or something. But what is important with that is that he is asking a family in India to build a cricket academy in Trinidad and want to give 30 acres of land in Trin-City, land that was already earmarked for a solar farm. They took it away from a solar farm and want to give it Pantrinbago lands and surrounding areas, because I think it's 30 acres of land. 30 acres. But there's a Brian Lara Cricket Academy right in Taruba. They have not had 1 course in cricket yet. Not 1. Spent $1.2 billion. You know the initial budget for that was $275 million. It went to $1.2 billion. And cricketer Dr. Gopi Singh, you will want to know that they're just putting out tenders now for repairs to the Brian Lara, which they opened just a few years ago. $80 million in repairs. That is the scandal we face. While that is happening, brothers and sisters, I want to tell Mr. Ambani, of course we have great respect for Mr. Ambani, his family and so on. Please, don't put no money in Keith Rowley Hannah. Don't give him none. Because you're not sure what he will do if you give him the money. Leave that deal right there. We will look at it in due course, I'm sure. But we do not want the Rowley to be taking no money. He will take that to pay off for Balize House and to campaign. If you give him money, nothing for him. Nothing, absolutely nothing. While that is happening, rampant corruption. Today, I got another piece of information. Kevin, you have that WASA business you can show on your screen, I believe now. At the WASA, do you know why they are trying to smother and hide this report of the Auditor General? Trying to cook the books, as Dave told us earlier. They are doing that because it will expose massive corruption, brothers and sisters. Today we highlight for you, I think it should be on your screen as well, that in the Community Water Improvement Program under the Ministry of Public Utilities, imagine a Community Water Improvement Program, a payment for $25 million was made to WASA under this program called Community Water Improvement Program for the financial year, of course. This amount was paid for the implementation of 15 projects of Community Water Improvement Program. The audit found they were unable to verify this payment with supporting documents, and the supporting documents were not presented to the auditor. $25 million in WASA projects. Ghosts. And they're coming and down to fool you in Queen Anne, Mount Diablo and other places, I believe. Coming to open tap. And sometimes, regrettably, I see some of our own members of the party, they go to open tap. And they go to open tap and take picture and clap and so on. And that is mama guy. It have no water. And that is bubble. $25 million cannot be accounted for in the community water improvement program by this government, brothers and sisters. So others, our Shadow Minister of Public Utilities, Barry, will speak more on that, I am sure. But I want to get along to two other issues very quickly, brothers and sisters. And one issue deals with this matter of the SSA. You know what is the SSA? And don't spell that backward. Now, this SSA, I'll get your attention. The SSA, spelled Strategic Services Agency, that is a spying institute, a spying agency. Now, all over the world, all of you watch TV and think, you hear of CIA, Mossad, where's the one in Russia again? They have something there too. KGB and so on. In Trinidad, we have an agency established by law by the administration of Kamla Prasad Bisesa. We put the law in place for that. Because in doing police work, the police depends on what is called intelligence. Now, intelligence is not evidence. You can't charge nobody intelligence, but you have to collect intelligence to investigate. Police depend on that. They depend on that. Today, Keith Rowley, Hines, Young, and others have gone on a witch hunt, firing the director of the SSA, other staff members of the SSA, on all kind of crazy grounds that they transfer weapon illegally and gun illegally. They're cooking up all of that. As I said before, oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. They want to deceive you. They say they're transferring gun. Police always transferring gun from one police to the next. That is normal. It happens in every police station. But they had an investigation and they want to they remove the staff. Today, the police cannot depend on this unit, critical to get intelligence to solve crime. Policemen now have to find somebody with a crystal ball. They had to go by Obiaman and Pundit and think to find out what happened. With the car that committed the robbery, it was a blue car or a green car. They had to go by Obiaman to find out that. Because the intelligence agency has become dysfunctional, inoperable. It is not working. And I tell you this because it is not one type of crime. It is every type of crime that they collect intelligence on. White-collar crime, murder, gang violence, and so on. So if you have no intelligence, how could you ever prosecute anybody? How could you move to get evidence? And that is the problem. And now we have a more bizarre development taking place that I will tell you about. You see, during the week, during the last 2-3 days, they interviewed two key persons of the SSA, the former director, Major Roger Best, and a former operative, one Ian Brown, Master Brown. When they were doing those interviews, it became clear they had no evidence. So do you know the DPP instructed the police to let go those persons, to send them home? You can't keep them if you don't have evidence, you don't have anything to go by to charge them. So the DPP ordered the police. Do you know the police who investigating this is the same one who went to Barbados to abduct Brent Thomas? It is in a judgment. How coincidental it is that the same police, not one, 2 officers involved, who went to Barbados, where a judge said they abduct a citizen in Barbados, they investigating the SSA now. So when they go now, they realize that they cannot charge, so they're looking to widen this investigation. You know what's going to happen soon? They will now have to go and question, or detain, or arrest, or charge the Chief of Defense Staff of Trinidad and Tobago. The head of our defense force. No, he is Vice Air Marshal Daryl Daniel. That is the man. Correct? Yes, Wade? That guy was also assisting the SSA in the conduct of their duties. Now he has to keep his lawyer on speed dial. And as Saddam will say, he has to have a good, clean deed. Because the police have an interest now on what they were following the law, conducting the business of the SSA. But you see, they had a deeper, demonic reason for touching the SSA. The PNM has an operative, a junior constable, and they wanted to give him the authority to do spying because they wanted to spy on the UNC, politicians, opposition leader. They wanted to spy. And when the SSA persons tell them, no, you can't do that. We can't do that. We're not for that. They wanted to hand over all the equipment to a junior constable who reports to Fitzgerald Hines. That is what they were doing. And they want all this to be controlled by a small little unit of police as part of a particular branch. And Roger Best and others say, no, that is outside of the law. We cannot do that. Do you know 2 or 3 days ago, the same sleepyhead, he wake up in the parliament for 5 minutes. And he confessed, it is in the parliament record, that police was following members of the opposition. He confessed that in parliament, is on the record now. We said nothing. Because quite frankly, people told me, colleagues tell me, jump up, he must withdraw. I said, no. Let him put it on the record. Don't withdraw that. He confessed that police was following UNC MPs. How he know that? How does Fitzgerald Hines know that? What business of his? But you see, they want to control all the spying equipment, which they got as a donation from a foreign government. And the persons in the SSA stood up to them. So brothers and sisters, this is a very serious matter you will hear more about. When we appointed a young lady sometime during our tenure, I think she lasts for 1 day. It had to be less than a day. Not even. I think she lasts for a few hours in a day and was removed forthwith. Didn't cost the taxpayer 1 penny. They made a big thing out of that, a whole campaign about this woman, calling she name all over the planet. Today, the SSA has collapsed. The entire intelligence community has collapsed. And Rowley say, I didn't know that blindsided me. Well, he easy to blindside. If that's the case, I wonder what else blindsided he. So, then he says today, he came last night from a plane somewhere, and he said, Trinidad and Tobago is now the playground of criminals. But Mr. Rowley, you are the caretaker of the ground. So if we are the playground of criminals, you are the caretaker. It is your job. It's not our job. It is your job to fight crime. So brothers and sisters, and related to that, I will tell you, my time is coming to an end and I really don't want to hear Anil Beam now. I think I'll go hear him later. But in closing, I will tell you that the CCTV cameras, it is the UNC, and I'm coming back to this. Do you know how much information, exposure your United National Congress, your opposition leader, your MPs have exposed in this country? I am making a list. The mosquito crack, the OS arbitration, we can call all the crisis in the finance sector that we expose, the health sector, the Ministry of Health building, all the UDCOT project with the central block. Rowley said in parliament he didn't know about the central block, what happened with Shanghai. But we told him, we have been working, exposing, holding the government to account. And now people come in to jump up and say, what, you can't win, we not going to win. I want to tell them, they're not going to win. They're not going to win. They're not going to win. But tonight, this is not the platform for that. I hope we get the platform very soon, because I saw a banner here. The stars are in alignment. There's a banner here saying that they are waiting on the stars. And tonight, it is a night not only of Moonilal, but it's a night of stars. And we must say, we must welcome the stars as well. So brothers and sisters, this is the crisis we face. This is why we need a strong executive. This is why we have a strong political leader. We are one leader, one team, onwards to victory. In the last local government, we beat the PNM. We beat them. So how can you say, oh, we can't win? That is PNM propaganda. That is the PNM narrative. Ours is we will win. We will win. Repeat, we will win. We will win. We will win. And brothers and sisters, as sure as the sun will rise in the morning, victory will come to the great United National Congress. Long live our political leader, the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa. Long live the great people of Oropouche. Penal Debe. God bless you. Love you.
Oropouche. Welcome the lion. The royal lion.